So I have to get my cable that I ran for programming the sniper unit through my little homemade grommet there. So I need to drill a hole. I wish I'd have thought of this before I ran all the wires, because it would have been easier, but I think I can do it. It's soft material, but I'm gonna put the hole for it way on the other end of the slit that I made for the water heater shutoff valve wiring. Oh my, that's not working. I need something to back that up. A piece of wood. Tiny piece of wood. That might be too big. I don't know. We'll try it. But it's got to be something I can push up against. Now I lost my drill. Be able to push up against it. It's a lot better that way. I don't know now whether there's enough room. I might have to enlarge that slit to get that whole plug through there. Might have to take that wire out that is for the heater core shut off in order to get this wire through. This is definitely the bigger connector, so with its wire in place, it might be easier to get the other smaller connector through. Let's put this through first. That's a pretty big eyelet on the other end. I don't know if that was a good idea. Okay, let's get that sniper wire through. pliers to grab that. Would be better. Push that over to the outside wire. See if I can get this out first. Yeah, that's probably the way to go. And then bring this plug through. There we go. Got them through. The reason I'm doing this now is because I want to, when I open up my RTV, I want to glue that in place and that in place. That was my pliers falling. So I'm going to push as a test. Push this one back. I think that will work, but I think I'm going to have to work with it after I've got the RTV around it to get it to seal good. That's okay. Same with this one. So there's a couple other things I want to get done whenever I have the RTV out. One is that bundle of cables with the grommet going from the passenger compartment. It's underneath the console, or it will be when the console's on. Underneath the console and into the battery compartment. So that's one thing. The two homemade grommets that go through the firewall is another thing. Two other things. Of course, the air conditioner cover, but I've also got this to go on the engine block. It's a fuel pump block off so that you don't have an oil leak. Since I'm not using a mechanical fuel pump, you need that so that you don't spew oil all over the place. To get the RTV in where I need it for those grommets I made, I had to cut the applicator tip. While I'm rolling up the tube, go check to see if I aim the camera at those grommets. They're over there. Hope I didn't forget any wires that need to come through the firewall. If I did, there will be a new hole. These are getting crowded anyway. You know what? I'm gonna get another light. See if I can use it to see what I'm doing here. Hard to give yourself a light when you can't stick it to anything because it's not metal. That. Just put a piece of metal on. By pulling those out as far as I could, it puts pressure on the cap. Let's see if we can do the other one now without messing that one up. I will come back another day and do around the wires themselves. But for now, I want the big cap sealed. Okay. Looks like I can push that one up against. One's not going as easy as the other one. Come on. Having trouble getting pressure against it. get this up there, there's not going to be enough RTV left to stick it on. Well, I'm going to shut off the video and I'm going to have to play with that until I get it on there correctly. So it would seem that on the first one, the RTV worked just fine and it went into the hole and it caught. The other side must have too much weight on the outside of the firewall, and I can't get the wires to go in any further. So the RTV is not holding. So what I'm going to do, since they gave me a ton of press tape and I don't seem to need but a little bit of it, is I'm going to put press tape on. I'm going to try to put press tape on here. Huh, it's coming off of there. Maybe I didn't get the RTV off well enough. Or maybe it just needs to be pressed on like that. So I'm going to surround that hole with press tape and press that homemade grommet in there and see if that works. This press tape is pretty sticky. Pretty sticky stuff. It wouldn't surprise me much if the original grommets that were in there were held in with that, because there was some sticky stuff around it. After all those years, it's still sticky. There's press tape all around that now. See if I can press the grommet into the press tape and get it to stick. At first it didn't want to seem to stick, but the more you press it, apparently the stickier it gets. It's still pulling out. This might be an issue. Have to do do something to get that to stay on there. Try a little more press tape from the outside on the bottom there. Pulled away while I was getting the next piece of tape. Keep the pressure up against that somehow. Since it wants to pull this way, I pushed the grommet all the way through, and now I can put stuff around it and let it pull, and it'll pull it where it needs to be. That's actually probably going to work out better. I can actually take these wires and tie them up and pull it, keep it in position. The primary purpose of that is a water seal, so it's probably not in an area that gets a lot of water anyways, but I'm confident that now that I've got that pushed in and the natural pressure is pulling it outward, that I can put RTV around that edge and pull it outward and let it set up, and it'll be good. So there's the place where the grommets go into the firewall. Pretty much sealed up. I will let that dry. That will hold them in place, and then I'll come back and I'll lay a layer of RTV over it and in between the wires, so that there's no possibility of any leakage in between the wires, and that should keep the inside dry. In addition to that, the grommet where the wires go from the passenger compartment to the battery compartment. I put, there's a grommet there, and the RTV is just holding the grommet in place. Since it won't be moved for quite a while, it should dry enough to hold it in place before I go putting the console on and disturbing it. The other thing that I did off camera is, and this is, the engine's upside down, but there's my, I'll turn the camera upside down so that the fuel pump block-off plate, I put RTV under that and tightened it down so that I don't have any oil leak. So that's all I'm going to do for today. It wasn't nearly as productive as I hoped it would be because of a couple things. One of them my fault, one of them poor design by Vintage Air, and it took a long time to correct, but I think that's going to be good where it's at, and I think I'll be able to put that plate over it that blocks off that last hole where all the heater hose connections come out and the air conditioner connections come out.